Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the show. And welcome to a Sunday stream. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time it is, whatever day it is. I hope the weekend has been treating you well, and thanks for joining me out here on a Sunday stream where we are going to begin back into the hottest mech on mech action here in Battletech BTA mod pack today. We got a lot of work to do. We spent some time working for the Capellans on the last stream, so we have to make up for it both financially, culturally, and spiritually by helping out St. Ives and perhaps some other member states in the Chaos March. We will see, but it is, in fact, time to be getting into the hottest mech-on-mech action that you're ever gonna get in the course of your week. But again, thanks for joining me on a Sunday. Good to see you. Glad to be here. Glad to be streaming with you once again. Always happy to spend some time here with the donkeys of the cult of bad tactical decisions. So thank you guys for coming out today for the insane showing of support that is still ongoing, in spite of the fact that I keep telling you guys to stop doing that shit, and you do it anyway, you fucking donkeys. But listen, chat, I want to talk about something real quick here at the very beginning. So some of you, like, and I know it's kind of a running thing that we do here, we don't tell anybody where the intro music comes from. But if you know where it comes from, I'm trying not to ruin it. I'm trying not to give away where the music is from. But if you know where it's from, and if you remember the game that it's from, then you also remember that that track only plays one time in the game, and it only plays during one version. So there's like branching story paths in the game. And there's only one ending, which I guess is the true ending, where that track plays. And it's the track that plays during what is essentially the final battle. Now, if you know the game and you know the series, then you know it is mostly a goofy as shit series. A goofy as shit character. It's so fucking stupid. The game is mostly comedy. However, it does have its serious moments. And that track comes as, I guess, the cap of one of the most serious moments in the most serious version of the story, the most serious plot line, I guess, that particular ending. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. The track absolutely gets you hyped, and that's part of why I use it. I mean, again, I know we've talked about this before. It's my degenerate cred. That if you know where that track comes from, then you understand when I say that I'm a degenerate. But it also gets you hyped. And that's part of the reason that I play that track at the beginning of every stream, because that track is hype as fuck. And I will fight anybody who disagrees. Anyway, chat, with that out of the way, we got stuff to talk about this week. Let's see. We have, well, okay, technically it wasn't this week, but it seems like our man's, Mr. Randy Pitchford, otherwise known as the big man over at Gearbox Games, they of Borderlands fame, is, as is typical anytime he makes a public appearance, is eating his own foot and generally making himself and his company look bad. He's very good at that, by the way. So I guess it should come as no surprise that he's out here basically doing what Randy do, and essentially blaming the customers for the performance issues in Borderlands, and other nonsensical things that, again, if Borderlands was not such a popular franchise, he would have run his company into the ground years ago with his stupidity. So, yeah. Yeah. Well, it's kind of to the point, Rapaloid. I mean, if you recall, this is the same guy that before release, before the price had even been announced for what Borderlands 4 was gonna be, he was like, well, if you're a real Borderlands fan, you would pay any price. And in an economy when people are just struggling to afford the bare necessities, being like, hey, actually, fuck you, you'll pay any price for our game because otherwise you're not a real, like, really, dude, like that's the angle you're gonna take. But yeah, it's Randy go to Randy, I guess, is the best way to put it. But in more positive news, speaking of Borderlands, coming in hot in the very near future is gonna be, I guess it's difficult to describe. If you guys don't know what Dispatch is, Dispatch is kind of a mix of This Is the Police and a visual novel and a Telltale game, because it's basically made by former Telltale devs, including many that worked on Tales from the Borderlands. So that got an official release date this month or this week, I believe. Let me see. Man, I'm trying to think. There was another game that got an official release date this week, and I cannot, for the life of me, think of what it was now. It was another game that I was excited about, but I can't think of it. I don't know. It'll come back to me. It'll come back to me. Brewster says, didn't Randy steal money from Sega's Colonial Marines to fund other projects? I don't think anything's ever been confirmed on that, but there's a lot of suspicion and a lot of hearsay within the company that, yes, he may have appropriated funds or otherwise kneecapped Colonial Marines in order to fund Borderlands 2. I don't think anything, like, there wasn't any hard evidence. There was nothing that anybody could prove, but there were a lot of people that were saying that was the case. Like, internal people at Gearbox that were saying that was the case. I think you mentioned a game like that last stream. I did, in fact, well, okay, I didn't mention Dispatch last stream. Somebody else did and asked me about it. I didn't know a whole lot about it at the time, but I went and looked it up, and I like what I see. Don't get me wrong, I like Telltale games. And Telltale, which is basically doing a thing where you are a dispatcher for superheroes in a definitely not Marvel-inspired superhero universe, it's intriguing. It's intriguing. I like it. So I'm definitely going to look at it. Also, for those of you that have not been paying attention, Granvir is coming closer to completion. I forget I want to say it's the 28th of this month or something like that. I think it's this week that Granvir is going to be finally releasing in 1.0 state. And for those of you that don't remember or were not part of the community, were not watching the streams back when we did that, I played Granvir on one of the Next Fests when the demo first came out, and definitely enjoyed what I saw. It takes its inspirations from, like, the original Front Mission games, plus some inspiration from Armored Core, especially the newer ones. But it's also a roguelike game, and like, it's all kinds of stuff. So, like, if you don't know what Granvir is, definitely go check it out. I highly recommend that you give it a shot. The demo is still up on Steam if you want to try it out. But, if you don't want to necessarily spend your money on the game, I think it's only going to be $20 or $30 on release. I will definitely play it on stream. I don't know if I'll play it on release. I might, just to give them some free publicity, because, again, I think the game needs all of the support that it can get. It is an outstanding game, and having watched their Twitter and other stuff as they've gone through development, they've been doing a whole lot. They have added a whole lot of stuff to the game, a lot of new features, a ton of new parts and weapons. Like the developers have been working hard on that game, and I'm really, really hoping that it turns out to be an outstanding finished product. I told myself I wasn't going to play it until it hit 1.0, and the 1.0, she is a coming. She is a coming. So be looking forward to that. Like I said, I don't know if I'll play it on release. I kind of want to just to give them some free publicity, but it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with it. Yeah. Sorry, Jet. I'm very thirsty. So for those of you that don't know, yes, I did in fact eat today before the stream. I went to get lunch again. As I said before, don't get used to it. I'm not going to make a habit of it. But the problem that I have is when I go out to this wing bar and I get lunch, because I've kind of made it a habit. Every time I get back, so like it's beer and chicken. That's what I eat for lunch. Beer and chicken. Now I don't get toasted. I only have a couple of beers, just to get a little loose and be ready to go, and then come out here and have a good time with you guys on the stream. It, again, as I said in the chat before the stream started, it also kind of, like, it makes me not hungry by the end of the stream, so then I'm tempted to, like, run the stream longer because, I'm tempted to run the stream longer because I don't start getting hungry at the end. But the thing with the beer and chicken is, for whatever reason, I get super fucking thirsty when I get back. I get super thirsty when I get back, and so for example, when I got back from the lunch and I sat down and I was, doing all of my pre-flight checks and getting the stream ready to go and all that, I sat down with my big thermos thing full of water, and I burned through that whole thing. Like, I was online about an hour before the stream went live, and I burned through my entire thermos of water and refilled it right before the stream started, and I'm already, like, I don't know, a third of the way through it. Like, I am extremely thirsty when I come back from there. And don't get me wrong, like, they provide drinks and stuff. I don't know. I just come back and I'm super fucking thirsty. Also, it's not helped by the fact that water is delicious. Water is very, very good. Yeah. But anyway, chat. I think that's all I've got today. Didn't have a whole lot to talk about on the news front. Alcohol makes you dehydrated. I mean, clearly, because I come back and I'm just like, oh my god, I need water. Like, there's a part of me that wants to just grab a fucking water hose and stick it in my mouth, and not like that, get your head out of the gutter, but you know what I mean. Like, it's like, give me the water directly into my veins, but not really, because then I would die. But you get the idea. Anyway, chat, I think that's all I got. And here we are, chat, back in BTA, back in the Inner Sphere, back in the Argo, over the planet of Randar in the St. Ives Compact. Where we last left off, finally leaving behind the Capellan Confederation and their backstabbing ways to go work with some people that will at least stab us in the front instead of the back. And we're going to try to help out. Again, for those of you that don't know, that maybe are not as familiar with Battletech, we are currently, if the map will load, we are currently in this area of the map, which is kind of in the border zone between Davian space and Capellan space. We're in the little bit of the St. Ives Compact that still exists in this timeline. And more importantly, we are in what is called, in this part of the timeline, again, during the FedCom Civil War, the area that is called the Chaos March, which was called that mostly because of all of the secessionist movements, the independent movements, the breaking away of many small nation states from some of the larger houses, and the entire area kind of just balkanized during the FedCom Civil War. Bob, the Chaos March is actually part of the legit lore of Battletech. I don't know how they've changed it for the BTA fanfic, but the Chaos March is absolutely a thing. And again, it's an area, again, as you see here, between Davian and Capellan space that kind of balkanized during the FedCom Civil War and became a huge area for mercenaries and other soldiers of fortune to kind of make a name for themselves, to gain experience and also make a lot of money. And so, we too are taking advantage of that, the chaos in the Chaos March. Again, right now we're on this planet of Randar. They have agriculture, they have a large population, they have intersphere level civilization, manufacturing, mining, research, all of which are going to contribute to us having a lot of options in the store, and also potentially having a lot of options as far as salvage is concerned. Now, we already looked through the store last time, but I'm going to kind of refresh my memory just to see if there's anything that we desperately needed to grab. Let me see. I'm not really seeing anything that's standing out to me, but again, it never hurts to check. I kind of want to grab the compact engine, but I'll leave it for now. Okay. Let me see. Get a PVC capacitor. So PVC capacitors are a lot of fun. Though that might be good. Supercharger, which can always be useful. But nothing that I see that just says I have to buy it. Lower arm Theseus. Let me see. So upper arm, this is the one that weighs stuff. Where's the Theseus? I know I saw it in here. I could swear I did. Where is it? There it is. Lower arm Theseus. It weighs nothing, +1 accuracy to arm-mounted weapons, and punches do more damage. We've also got the Behemoth, which weighs 1.5, but increases that punch accuracy. We got lower leg, Jackrabbit, -10 depth from above damage, or stability damage, I mean. So yeah, maybe we'll mess with that. I mean, the thing is, for those that are curious, with the Theseus, this is not that much different from a regular lower arm actuator that we get for free. The Theseus is not the thing that gives you the +1 accuracy. All lower arm actuators give you +1 accuracy. The thing that the Theseus does is give you the additional stability damage from punches. Or it gives you less self-damage, or it gives you more physical damage, whatever. The special actuators typically don't give you any additional accuracy, they just increase your melee damage. Is Crappy today again doing death from above? Possibly. You never know. We will never know until we actually get into combat and see what happens. But either way, we got 2.7 million C-bills, and we've got missions to do, chat. So right now, we've got a couple of missions for... Well, we got one mission for St. Ives in this system. The other one is a travel contract, but I'm okay with hitting that on our way out. And then we have a couple of missions for the Sarna Confederacy, which is, as explained, one of the small balkanized states that popped up in the Chaos March during this time period. So let me see. It should... Is it going to pop in the description? There we go. The Sarna Supremacy was originally an interstellar state in the days before the Star League and even before the Great Houses themselves formed, and it originally helped found the Capellan Confederation. After being a part of the Capellan Confederation for centuries, Sarna, Kaifeng, and Sakhalin once again declared independence, and the Sarna Supremacy was reborn as part of the Chaos March. So there you go. Matt Cap says, stay frosty, work calls, catch you on the VODs. Always keep an AC-20 handy. All right, Matt Cap. Well, thanks for hanging out with us, even if it was just for a minute. Good luck at work, and hopefully it'll be over quickly and uneventfully so you can get back to enjoying what's left of your weekend. A couple of my custom mechs showed up on the opposing side. I mean, it happens. It happens. But anyway, chat. Let's hit the mech bay, remind ourselves what we got going on. I don't think we have any repairs in progress. Yeah, we don't. We've got everything ready to go. So we've pretty much got free reign to take whatever we want to take. Now, we did put together this Treb last time around. And I think we were going to give that to Ven because... No, I think we were going to give it to Mythion. Because Mythion has been using a Jenner that basically was just an MRM Jenner for the longest time. And I think last time around we put this together, which is an MRM Trebuchet, that we could then give to Mythion so that they could upgrade from their Jenner. We have not field tested this machine yet, so I have no idea if it's going to be any good. But, I mean, it's a lot of MRMs, and MRMs are pretty good. Is the second mech bay up? No. However, we did finish the beta pod, so we have the ability to build the second mech bay. It's just very expensive. It's like 2.2 million. Let me see. In addition, what else did we put together last time? I think that was it. Yeah, because we already had the Shadowhawk. We already had the Lancelot. We already had the Centurion. So yeah, I think the Treb was the only thing that we put together last time around. However, we did also hire 2 brand new pilots at the end of last stream, specifically to get them in here to help us, because right now, we still have more mechs than we have pilots. And part of buying the beta pod upgrade, was so that we could hire more pilots so that we can actually get those mechs on the field. We also spent a little bit of money on a couple of dropship upgrades to increase the number of mech slots that we have on our drops so that we'll be able to take more of those into the fights that we're going into. Hell's Razor says, show me a game where Gauss guns are not good and I'll show you a game that is not Battletech. I mean, that's the thing, though, Hell's Razor. Like, I think, and I could be wrong, but it feels to me like Gauss, which is essentially a stand-in for railguns, even though they're not the same thing, but Gauss weapons are often like specialist weapons in most other games. It's like this end-all be-all, like, oh my god, it's the railgun, and it's some kind of super weapon. Whereas here, it's just kind of a stock standard weapon system at this point in the timeline. Like, they're pretty rare in, like, 3025. But by the FedCom Civil War, Gauss rifles are pretty common. Anyway, we did, in fact, hire 2 new pilots. So we got Vergant. Vergant with a hard G was hired last time around, as well as Zombie Wolf 9000, both making it off of the duty roster and into the barracks. So we now have a couple of new pilots, and we will see how well they do. Again, Zombie Wolf is pretty well balanced in terms of their skills. Vergant is good on everything except gunnery. They only have a 2 in gunnery, so obviously we're gonna be dumping most of their early experience points into that, so that we can try to get them some decent level of accuracy. But besides that, chat, let's hit the command center and let's get underway. I think we just go for the St. Ives. We got a blackout mission in the desert. Not great on the salvage, but not great on the money either. So it's kind of meh, regardless. It's not a great mission. I don't think we're going to get a whole lot that's very good. But even so, money is money. Salvage is salvage. So let's have a look. Looks like we're going to be fighting against the Capellans, which is always good news. We're going to take max salvage, because those are the rules. I don't make the rules, chat. And then let us get to the Lance setup screen, and we'll see what kind of a Lance we can put together. So I'm going to take myself out of here first. So we'll put everybody else in first. And then if there's room for me, then I'll go ahead and put myself in as well. So I'm just double checking. All right, all of our slots are open. So I think, hold on a second, chat. There we go. Had to move my microphone. I had my mic a little bit too close to the screen. And I couldn't actually see the full mech list. So let's see. I mean, I guess we just let's go ahead and do the vehicles first. Let's do the vehicles first. We're gonna put in our aircraft. We're gonna put in the LRM carrier. We still have the APC as well. So let me see. King Bob was in the APC, right? I believe. No, we had King Bob. Well, I mean, we had King Bob in the APC. We've also put him in the airlift. Let me see who else. Because sorry, Chad, it's been a week. I forget. All right. So Wasteland is going back in the APC. Let me see. And then we got King Bob, and then we got, Black Hydra. So Black Hydra would normally be our guy in the LRM carrier, but he's a little messed up. That's okay. It's not the end of the world. So let me see. Where we go. We'll put King Bob in there. We're just gonna have to do without on the LRM carrier for a mission, I guess. Wait, what are you talking about? 40k Necron weapons are called Gauss, and Xenonauts, the final weapon tier is Gauss. That's about the only ones I recall using Gauss off the top of my head. Yeah, I mean, again, in 40k, though, they call their weapons Gauss weapons, but they're not. Like, if we're looking at a Gauss weapon in the terms of, like, the Gauss principle, which is where the idea for the weapon comes from, like, the Necron weapons literally have nothing to do with Gauss, as far as I'm aware. They're basically just bullshit alien space laser. But they call them Gauss because it sounds cool. Anyway, chat, we gotta put together a lance. So, we'll put in the Lancelot, we'll put in the Shadowhawk, we'll put in the Blackjack, we'll put in the Centurion, and then let's see, I mean, what else do we got? We got the Treb. I'm definitely gonna put in the Treb so we can give that a field test. God, now we don't have enough slots. So, I'll put in Crappy in his Hollander. We haven't put CVEX in a minute, so I'll get CVEX in there. They can be our scout. And then, I guess, let me think. I mean, we got a Hunchback, we got a Huron Warrior, we got the Gladiator, we got a Firestarter. I mean, I think we have to test out the Hunchback as well. Because we did. So, for those that were not paying attention, yes, we're still calling it the Reach Around. But during the latter part of last stream, we put 2 Blazers in this Hunchback. If you don't know what a Blazer is, it's a large binary laser. It does like 70 damage. It's insanely hot as a laser weapon. But we put 2 Blazers in this. This is basically an AC-20, but lasers. So we gotta test this thing out as well. Alright, so we got our mechs put together. Let's see. Let me see. Megas is going to Blackjack Omni, as usual. Was it Via or Ven that goes in the, I think it was Ven that was in the Centurion. Yeah, so we'll put Ven in. Let me see. Who was in our Shadowhawk? I forget. It wasn't Erst. Was it Mythion? I don't think it was Mythion. Now, Mythion was in the Lancelot, so let's get him in there. Dragon Master, you were the one that was in the Jenner, so you get the Treb. Sorry about that. Let me see. Digital Arc. Digital Arc was in the Shadowhawk. Alright, so let's get Digital Arc in there. And then we know that Crappy was in the Hollander because he specifically requested this. Should be called a Sunback or maybe the Hot Box. I mean, we can definitely rename it for sure. I just didn't think about it. And then I don't think we had a designated pilot for the Hunchback. Because Vio already has their own mech. They've been in a Firestarter. And they specifically requested to stay in the Firestarter, at least for the time being. So we'll go ahead and leave them where they're at. Erst has their own mech in the Gladiator. I have my own in the Awesome. So basically, we've got 2 pilots and 2 mechs that need to be sent out. So the question becomes, who do we put in the Hunchback? And you know what? I think this is a perfect opportunity to let chat decide. It's a perfect opportunity to let chat decide who we're going to put in the Hunchback, who gets the Hunchy. So let me get over here and I'll put up a poll. If I can actually click inside the box. Let me see. So we've got 2 pilots. We've got Vergant. And we had Zombie Wolf. Both of which are brand new pilots to the company. They need a mech. So here we go. Chat, the poll is up. If you don't see it, refresh your stream. You should see it at the top of the chat box. I'm going to let you guys decide who you want to put in the Hunchback. Sifjaw says, Erst uses another mech. I mean, he did his time. He did his penance in the Flea, and then we moved him up to a Gladiator. Because we got rid of the mech that he was using before. The annoying flying thing says fleas are death traps even more than locusts. No, that's the point. That's absolutely the point. See, Erst was involved in an event where he was like, hey, if you can give me 1 million C-bills, I can get us some mech parts. Which he did, technically. Except the mech parts that he got us was for a fucking flea. Which is like the most worthless mech on the planet. So, we put a bunch of flamers on it, and we made him do a few missions in said flea as punishment. As punishment for having brought back such a disappointing mech after making such a big stink about it. Digilark says, permission to make the Shadowhawk my permanent mech, at least until required to change if I live long enough. I mean, generally, Digilark, that's typically the way that I do that. So you're good for now. The only time that I would normally put another pilot in a mech is if we desperately need whatever that mech provides. Like if it's fulfilling a certain role on the battlefield and we need that mech, but the designated pilot is injured for whatever reason, then I may put in a different pilot just temporarily. But generally speaking, I try to keep pilots in the same mech. And 1, it's a narrative thing. But 2, if you notice, well, it's harder to see here. But if you notice here at the top, it talks about pilot affinities. So BTA has implemented a system of affinity with certain mechs or certain variants of mechs so that pilots that spend more time in a specific type of mech, like in this case, an Awesome, will get bonuses based on how many missions they've actually done in that type of mech. So it's actually to our benefit to keep the same pilots in the same mechs for long periods of time, because then they get tangibly better the longer that they stay in that mech. Up to a certain point, of course. So you can see here with the Awesome, at Comfortable we get a skill, at Attuned we get another skill, and then at a Brawler we get the other thing, which is, that's the special skill for this one. Does it say here what Brawler is? It might say it, but it's so far down I can't see it. But yeah, it's, again, pilot affinities are good. Pilot affinities are good. And then we got, oh god, Jesus, I missed it already. We got Troubleshooter gifting us up to One-Eye Carl. Troubleshooter, thank you for yet another gifted sub. And One-Eye Carl, welcome back into the cult of bad tactical decisions. And then we have Whitechapel, god, I can words chat, Whitechapel Relman, repriming for a second month. Thank you, Whitechapel, for taking another chance on me, choosing to come back for a second month They said, "Good morning, boss. How goes the outer rim today?" Well, I mean, technically, we're making our way forward, so we're not in the outer rim anymore. But so far, it's been good. I know we're an hour in, but we haven't actually taken a mission yet. We're in the middle of putting together our lance so that we can actually do the first mission. Fergan says, "I would like to work towards sniper. Huron would be a better fit for now. Would like multi-target and precision master along with shore movement." I mean, I'm okay with that if you're volunteering for the Huron warrior, but I mean, to be fair, chat decided to give it to Zombie Wolf anyway, so chat has spoken. Let's see. They're finally recognized the effects of catapult launchers and high G turns on Navy pilots. Wait. What? I mean, oh, like the VA or something? Because, like, I would just assume that everybody kind of knew when you put a person on a thing that accelerates you from, like, 1 to 100 in half a second, that that's bad. Like, I kind of just figured that was a given, but does that mean that the VA is finally recognizing that that's a service-related injury? Because, again, anybody who's a veteran is very familiar with not service-related, as Austin Riley has clearly said there. Oh, you got your leg blown off by an IED? Sorry, that's not service-related. Oh, you can't hear anything because a grenade went off right next to your head and it blew out your eardrum? Yeah, that's not service-related. Oh, your back is giving out at the age of 30 because we forced you to carry around 150 pounds of gear in a shitty backpack for 5 years? Yeah, that's not service-related. Oh, your knees are blown out at the age of 30 because we made you walk 500 fucking miles in the desert carrying said 150 pounds of bullshit? Yeah, that's not service-related. Yeah, Vergan says not service-related equals you can't prove it. That's essentially what it is. Anyway, chat, let's get underway because it's been an hour and you guys have not had any hot mech action yet, so I'd say we're overdue. Yeah? Hey, Kajibo with 100 Bezos bucks saying for the future Bezos Cosmo Penis and the Lady of Evil Tactics. Hey, listen. Look here, bucko. I may not be very smart. And I may have a little bit of an S streak in me. But I'm not evil, okay? And we're only a cult for tax purposes. Austin says, "My dad fell off a mountain in the service. They tried to say not service related. Thankfully, he has the records." Well, you know, that's the one thing that is good about working for the government is they keep meticulous records of everything, which sometimes comes back to bite them in the ass. Mega says that makes you a top. I mean, I'm not gonna say it because I know somebody is out there waiting to clip it. I'm just saying, I believe the answer has already been made clear for those paying attention. Oh, Austin, if you're curious, if you want to get your name in the game, you'll have to be in the channel long enough to collect 25,000 channel points. And then once you've collected 25,000 channel points, you can redeem that to get your name added to the list of people who get their name in the game. Unfortunately for you, though, even if you had the 25K right now and spent it right now, There's probably 24 people on the list ahead of you, so very unlikely that you're going to be in BTA. But you can always add your name to the list. There's no telling when you're actually going to end up in a game or what game you'll end up in, because it just depends on what we play next. But that's how it works. That's how it works. So my grandfather on my dad's side during World War II actually fucked his back in a trainee accident learning blackout driving, so he had actual proof it was service related. There you go. Lots of bad tactical decisions ahead of me. Well, hopefully. And I mean, I hope that you enjoy your time here and choose to spend some more points here with us. But, of course, that's entirely up to you and whether you feel like it's worth your time. Track Tension says she sells points on Temu. I absolutely do not. Look here, Track Tension. I know you were in the military, and so that kind of precludes you having any idea how economics works. But trust me when I say, if I were to sell the points on Temu, the entire market would crash. I can't do that. Listen, there are people here that have put good points down, risked their family's well-being so that they could gamble on some of the stuff that we do here. And everybody's saving up for that 2.5 million, and you dare to insinuate that I would put all those livelihoods at risk by selling points on Temu? Sir, I am insulted. I am shocked and appalled that you would even suggest something like that. By the way, if you see somebody on Temu who just happens to have my name and just happens to be selling channel points to my channel, it's 100% a coincidence. It's definitely not me, because I would never do that. Anyway, Chad, let's... And I mean, not for nothing, but just kind of throwing it out that, like, listen, I'm not saying I'm gonna do it, but, like, hypothetically, if I did, how much would you guys be willing to pay? Like, just completely hypothetically, of course. Yeah, for science. Well, there's no music in the game right now just because the game's not playing music. Although, to be fair, that's good. It did remind me. I was running some playlists last time around. I've been doing that for the last couple streams. So let me do that real quick. Let me get the background music back up for you. I do apologize. Let me see... Come on. You can do it. Let me see. What do we got for Battletech? Let's do Battletech. There we go. I don't remember where we left off on this playlist, so it's probably just... Okay. Alright, you guys will have to let me know if that's too loud or too soft. We're basically just picking up the playlist where we left off last stream. But I wanted to give you guys some background music. So we're listening to Jason Sky and some of his MechWarrior / Battletech playlists, in case you're curious. Anyway, chat, let's get this mission underway. We are doing a blackout mission, so wait. Chat, I recognize this map. Because we go into the base here, and then this is the map where I had my rant about map design. So the other base is going to be over here. I remember this map. Well, anyway, let's get in here.
You,
I want Battletech. There we go. I want King Bob because he's in the aircraft, so he'll be able to get us a little forward recon.
On my way.
Alright, we got turrets, but we don't know if they're going to be friendly or enemy at this point.
Confirmed.
Certainly. 10-4. Aye, aye.
Copy that. On my way.
Moving to position.
Because probably what's going to happen is they're going to pop out of buildings, and then the turrets are very likely going to turn on us, and then we're going to be fighting turrets and an ambush. Let me see. I'll go ahead and sensor lock this guy. Oh, I can't, for whatever reason. Can I? So I just can't sensor lock something if it's not an enemy, I guess? That's kind of butt cheeks.
Cooling down a bit. Moving out. Got it.
On it.
Right, Commander.
Let's see.
I copy.
Yeah, I don't... We're gonna get ambushed,
I'm
chat.
walking here.
We'll just have to hope it's not gonna be too bad. I don't know why it's taken so long. I guess we just, like, we have to get the two... I can't really see... Like, it just says establish the sit rep in the target zone. But I don't know if it's because of the color of the sand or what, but I can't really see where the area is that we're supposed to be in. But let's go ahead and take up positions so that we'll be in a good spot to take out the turrets if they turn on us.
Commander.
On my way.
And then we'll send CVEX up front
You betcha.
to check out the situation.
Roger that.
Because it's hard to beat 10 evasion.
Move order.
Place has been slagged. Maybe there's one we can find out in the main compound. Oh. So wait, we're not? Okay. We're not doing anything. We're just going to the next base. Alright, a little bit strange, but I'll take it.
Rolling.
And even though it says that we're fighting the Capellan Confederation, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the symbol, it's very, very small. But the symbol for the enemy force looked like the Tortuga Dominion, which is basically pirates.
Moving to position.
I won't be able to know for sure until, like, it actually pops up in front of me. Let's see. Yeah, we're just... Yeah?
Move order received.
We're just trekking along.
Got it.
And Adam Musk resubscribing for a 7th month, saying, "Hey boss, how goes the campaign?" So far so good, Adam Musk, and thank you for joining us on a Sunday. Hopefully the weekend is treating you well so far. And of course, thank you for the 7 months, just over half a year, in the cult of bad tactical decisions. I appreciate the 7 months of support.
Roger.
So far I'm waiting to see when we're gonna get ambushed.
I copy.
Because we're gonna get ambushed.
Moving out.
It's not an if, it's a when.
Acknowledged.
On my way.
And I'm gonna do the dumb thing and have my entire force
I'm rolling.
spread way out
Got it.
so that when we do get ambushed,
Aye, aye.
none of my people will be in a position to
Let's
support
move.
each other. Because that's the good tactical decision.
Coordinates received.
Let's see. The Centurion has got the LBX and MRMs. I'll put you up on the high
Roger
ground.
that, Commander.
Dragon Master with the MRM Treb. I think I'll send you up high as well.
Position confirmed.
Crappy and the Hollander is gonna take a minute, so what I might do is I might send. I'm gonna send King Bob to pick up Crappy. As we have already discovered, Crappy in an airborne
need to tell me
position
twice.
is actually kind of broken.
Heading out.
Battletech. Thank you.
Onward.
Affirmative.
Yeah, who would have guessed that putting a Gauss rifle on an aircraft would be an extremely
Acknowledged, Commander.
effective strategy?
Roger.
No one could have ever guessed.
Ready for orders. Locking in coordinates. Roger that. Digging in. Location confirmed.
Oh. Okay, I think we triggered something. Tenori Tigers, we weren't expecting to see you in one piece anyway. What a sight for sore eyes. Welcome to the front lines. Oh, good. Lucky us, we've been sent by St. Ives to aid and assist. How are we all doing? What's the sit rep? First noticed our data streams are being interrupted, then had the odd scout probe our defenses. You arrived right on time for the main event. Oh, good! Where are they coming from, though? On the plus side, the turrets are on our side. Oh, okay, here we go. Is it just them? I feel like it's odd that they would only send in one lance. But let's see what we get. Let's see. We've got a Firestarter Omni. We got a Hunchback, a 5H, which, Jesus, look at how much firepower they crammed into this thing. An AC-20, 60 rockets, and a couple of medium lasers. Like, this thing has got to have no armor on it at all. Gotta call it an orbital while they're all clustered. I mean, I wish I had the Awesome with us this time around. Let's see, we got a Hyena. Haven't seen one of those in a minute, but... Okay, it's absolutely a Hyena, so... In case you couldn't tell, the reason that it only has a single small laser is because it doesn't really get its damage from lasers. And then let's see, what else do we have? We got an Assassin. What I'm gonna do... Oh, well, I guess I'm just gonna done.
Waiting for orders.
Wasteland? Alright, fine. I'll have you move.
I'm your spaniel.
You're literally the only one who can still move. Alright, spawn protection is removed, so we can start taking swats at him.
What can I do for you?
Cvex, now is the time, buddy. Yeah? I gotta be careful, though, because I don't want to send in Cvex
Go
to
with
get
turbo.
too close to a melee mech, because that might end badly for us. But we can go ahead and hit this Firestarter, which... It says spawn protection removed, but they've all still got 8 evasion, which I don't like. And Kajibo with 100 Bezos bucks saying Hyena wants a hug. I mean, Hyena's always looking for a hug. Alright, I'm gonna reserve everybody down to 1, because if they're gonna sit there with basically free 8 evasion, then I'm gonna make them work for it.
I'm receiving you.
Let's see. I'll send in Wasteland in the APC.
On my way. Double time.
We'll take a couple shots at him. I don't think we're gonna hit anything,
Taking
but...
the shot.
Oh, well, we hit him. I just need to force them to move.
What's up, boss?
Alright, King Bob. It's time to get in close. Because as we have discovered, the evasion that King Bob gets in the aircraft does transfer to Crappy when he's being carried, but doesn't seem to affect Crappy's accuracy. Which is good all around for us. Let's see. Only 9% chance to hit. Yeah, I'm not gonna take that shot because I don't want to risk accidentally damaging the building.
I copy.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting much. Well, the hunchback's on the move. And, he blew his load on a turret, which I would not have done, but...
I hear ya.
I mean, whatever you're into, I guess.
Affirmative.
Let's give him the full alpha, chat. What do you say? A hunchback with 1 evasion, he's asking for it. I would appreciate it if you didn't do that.
What's up, boss?
Let's see, Mythion with the big boom. I mean, I'll give you some elevation here. Go ahead and take the high ground.
Got it.
And we'll take some shots at the assassin. Or maybe not. Because really, we got better chances to hit the fire starter, so I guess I'll take the shot at the fire starter.
Engaging with target.
And we're still gonna miss with everything, so I guess it doesn't really matter, does it?
That's a miss.
Alright, what's the hyena gonna do? Oh, he's going in for the melee. Oh, maybe not?
What's the plan?
Alright. Let's see. We're gonna jump, but we can't jump high enough. That's alright. We can still get up here. And we can take a shot at the assassin for almost no chance to hit. I don't... We'll use precision ammo to increase our chances. Hey, we got some hits. That's all that matters. And the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Game Master Hub, showing up in the chat on a Sunday. Good to see you, Game Master. Thanks for joining us. As always, glad to see you. And hopefully the weekend is treating you well. Again, for those that don't know, Game Master is royalty around these parts. Because they're one of the very first people to ever come back to my stream. When I very first started streaming, and I was only streaming to 1 or 2 people, Game Master was one of the very first to show up. All the way back in the Delta V days. That's right. That's right. Some of y'all don't even know that I played Delta V way back over 2 years ago. But Game Master showed up. He was there. So he gets the VIP badge, chat. Alright, let's see. We got the Centurion up on the high ground. You love to see it. So, I'm not even gonna move that much. I'm kind of just gonna, like, take the ideal position. And the Hunchback doesn't even have any evasion, so we're gonna full alpha his ass.
Firing.
Outstanding.
Waiting for orders.
Alright, Zombie Wolf with our Blazer Hunchback. I mean, he's got a clean shot at the assassin. It's only 16% chance, but I'm gonna try it.
All weapons are go.
Damn. The thing is, with a Blazer...
No luck.
With a Blazer, because each one does 70 damage, you really only need to hit once. Hell's Rager says, you were streaming Delta V Rings of Saturn. I was indeed. Again, I only did it for a couple of streams, but I did it way back. It was the very first game I ever streamed on Twitch. Again, over 2 years ago.
Receiving you.
Let's see. Missile Trev. MRM Trev.
Heading out.
Yeah, we got those crates, though. Sure. Let's take a shot at the Firestarter Omni.
Firing.
Waiting for orders.
Alright, Crappy. Where you at? Oh, there you are. You're up high. Man, look at this. Look at this. With the height advantage, my man's is just like 99%, 94%, 94%. I think I'm gonna take a shot at the Hunchy.
Now let's see how you handle this.
Well, there goes the arm, and one of the medium
That is
lasers
something
with
good.
it.
It's go time.
Helsers don't have much time for dives nowadays. I mean, I'm kind of the same opinion as Splattercat, who is...
What can I do
He
for you?
is the reason that I even know about Delta V. But it's a very comfy game. It's a cozy game.
I leap, I soar.
I guess it's what Yahtzee would call a dad game. It's just a very comfy game where you just go in and do some mining and then that's it, you know? Like if you got a couple of hours to kill, Delta V is a great way to do it.
Yes, Commander.
Let's do target prediction so everybody will be more accurate and we're gonna take another shot at this Hunchy so he can maybe take it off the field.
Copy that.
And there goes the right torso and the AC-20.
Target
Okay,
safe.
I don't really need to... Oh. Well, we knocked him down. I was gonna say, we don't really need to do anything else to him. Because he already used up his rockets, and we just destroyed the AC-20. So he pretty much doesn't have any firepower anymore. Would you please stop attacking the buildings? I need to defend those. He has one medium laser. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that he has no weapons. I'm just saying the weapons he has are not a huge threat. Let's see. We'll go ahead and move here. And let's take the shot with the MRMs. Now that he's already destroyed the building he's standing next to, we don't have to worry about accidentally destroying it with stray shots. Let's see. Go ahead and move in closer. Because of the desert, we're already kind of... We're heating up a little more than I would like.
Firing.
Oh, mama. Wow, we hit him in the head. Jesus Christ. Zombie Wolf is not fucking around.
I hear ya.
Let me see. Oh. We got it, chat. Hold on. We're gonna hit him in the back. We're gonna give him the kick. And we're gonna give him the full alpha. It's gonna be great. It might not be a great idea with the hyena standing right there, but I can't
Let's get
resist.
fired up. There's work to do.
Well, there we go. One less mech on the field. Oh, no, not all over his face, Shinigami. We alpha'd all over his back. Back shots.
Awaiting orders. Firing jump jet.
Let's see. The Hunchy is down. Let's go ahead and finish the job.
Locking on target.
Okay, somehow we didn't finish the
That
job.
is something good.
Nope, we did. He panic ejected. I'll take it.
Skipper.
Let's see. Let's move into a little bit more advantageous position and take a shot at this Firestarter Omni. Hit him with a shotgun and the MRMs. He's still a little more evasive than I'd like, but we'll make it work. Let's see. Yeah, so the head is the part where we expose the structure. So let me get around on the front side of this dude.
Full speed.
And we'll take some shots at him, maybe get lucky with the machine guns. Doesn't look like it. Just means we gotta kill the hyena quicker. You are correct.
Ready to get it on.
You are, in fact, correct. Let's go ahead and I'll do this number so that we've got decent
that.
view on everything. And then let's go ahead and we'll target paint. I'll target paint the fire starter. Because it has more evasion, so it's going to be harder for our guys to actually hit. We'll go ahead and use target prediction here as well.
On the move.
Take up the position. I mean, 50% ain't bad. I'll take the shot. Not as good as I was
We
hoping.
can do this. Let's go.
But the turrets are helping. So I'll definitely take the help on this one.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Alright, now it's time for Cvex to do his gruesome work. I say gruesome, but he's very good at it. He is very good at it.
Firing everything I've got.
Orders.
Aye, crappy, give me Battle Lord, and then take your shot at this donkey.
Let's see how you like this.
Alright, we breached something else. No idea what. Oh no, he has made a grave miscalculation, Chad.
Standing by.
He has made a grave miscalculation.
On it.
He burned down a building, but he's burning down himself. I mean, it's a fire starter. I'm just gonna go for the center mass here.
Aye, aye.
Just to improve our odds of actually hitting.
Target's taking a critical hit.
Alright, Zombie
Ready for
Wolf,
orders.
let's see what you got. You are running the Blazer Hunchy. So go ahead and get in there, get a little bit closer to the target. Chad, do we give him an opportunity to take the headshot? I mean, if he gets the headshot. If he gets lucky and gets the headshot. We basically get a free mech. I feel like we have to take the chance. We did not get the headshot, unfortunately.
Orders?
But it was worth a chance. It was worth a shot.
On my way.
We're not... Okay, so I'll shoot at him instead.
Got it, Commander.
Alright, let's see. Who's up next?
I hear
Digital Arc? With the melee? No? I mean, if we do the charge... He's stationary. We gotta do it.
Moving to position.
We're gonna do some self-damage, but I'm okay with that.
Toe to toe. Yeah, critical hit.
And there we go. He is toast.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, Megas. You don't even need to move, buddy. Just take your shot. As a matter of fact, what do we got? We got piercing. We got normal. You know what? Let's do piercing just for funsies.
Confirmed.
Just to see what we get. We destroyed an actuator.
Reporting. Critical hit. Ready to rock.
Again, Ven, you don't even need to move. Just take your shot, buddy.
I'm on him.
He's stressed, but we still haven't hit him in the head.
Receiving you. On it.
I'll risk the overheat. It's a melee mech. He can't get to us.
Heat damage. Damn it.
It's okay, buddy. You'll be alright.
Got
Alright,
something you
King
want done?
Bob, you don't even need to move either. Again, it's a melee mech. He literally can't hurt you. And there we go. 4 salvageable parts, chat. He panic ejected.
Mission successful.
That's probably the easiest blackout mission we've ever done. Probably the easiest blackout mission we have ever done. Nah, it wasn't an Omni Hunchback, crappy. It was an Omni Firestarter. The Hunchback was just a regular Hunchback. Well, I mean, it was a 5H, I think, but it was not an Omni. King Bob says, I'm in this, I'm honored. Nah, you don't have to be honored. You spent your points to get your name on the roster, and your name just happened to come up when we were playing BTA, so that's how it works. Time for an experiment on a hyena? I mean, maybe. The problem is, I'm not gonna get a whole lot of picks, so we're gonna have to get lucky to get the hyena. Because I only get to make 2 picks. Let me see. What do we have in the hold currently? Let's see. I mean, nothing that we particularly need. So let's have a look at the equipment. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, chat. With only 2 picks, I'm more partial to just take the engine cores. Because the engine cores I know will sell. We could take 2 hyena parts, though, just to see if we get lucky, because we're going to get 9 more picks. We're still going to get 9 more picks off the list, but as you can see, the loot list alone has more than 9 mech parts, and we're probably not going to get all mech parts. Alright, chat, what do you think? Do we go for the engine cores for the money? Or do we take the chance on getting the hyena? I mean, I'm probably going to sell the hyena even if we get it. But do we take the chance on the hyena? Or do we just take the engine cores for guaranteed money? Firestarter Omni seems more common. It does. But I'm letting the chat have a say. And they seem to be saying overwhelmingly to go with the engine cores because it's guaranteed money. I'm okay with that. I mean, we could still get the hyena anyway if we get really lucky, but I doubt it. Alright. Here we go, chat. Let's see what we get. Well, I guess it's a good thing we didn't gamble on the hyena because, as you can see, we got 0 hyena parts. What has the hyena ever done for us? I mean, it didn't even do anything to us. Like, when you look at it, not only did it not do anything for us, it didn't do anything to us. It wasn't even really a threat. But let's see, we got some flamers. I don't really need any flamers. We got 18 of them. LRM5s, I don't really use LRM5s. Don't really need any small lasers because we got a bunch. I've already got quite a few medium pulse lasers, but I'll go ahead and hold on to the ones we have. And then I guess we'll sell the engine cores. And then I'll probably sell these mech parts as well.